God put eyes in our head for forward thinking, right? So we move forward, not in the back of our head. I don't care. I want to know what's going on in the future. And my only concern.
All right, Judge, next is page 21, Quinn.
So Alex, can you file no contact, no weapons, and then
Yes, Your
we'll
Honor.
talk about whether he can go back.
Yes, Your Honor.
Quinn on page 21.
Got it. Deshaun Quinn.
Yes, sir.
Mr. Quinn, you're charged with evading arrest or detention. You're facing up to a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine. We're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. How old are you, sir?
17.
Are you here with anyone today?
No.
Can you go get her, please? Hi, Mom. Whose baby is this? Okay. I was afraid that he was telling me at 17 he had a new baby. I was about to just, babies having babies. Thank you, Lord. Okay. He's charged with evading arrest or detention. First off, thank you for coming. He's charged with evading arrest or detention. He's facing up to a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine. We're going to do probable cause. I have no idea what happened. We're going to see whether there's enough evidence to go forward or not. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you, sir.
On November 3rd, 2024, the officer was on patrol when he self-initiated a call for service in regard to a stolen vehicle. The officer was advised that a record driver was following the stolen vehicle, confirmed through NCIC, and upon contact with the stolen vehicle, the officer attempted to conduct a traffic stop. The co-defendant, driver of the vehicle, failed to yield to the officer's emergency lights and sirens and evaded the vehicle. The driver of the vehicle ran a red light and drove the wrong way in traffic, endangering the occupants of the vehicle. The defendant and another co-defendant and the driver, after the defendant finally pulled over, he evaded on foot along with the co-defendant. All suspects ignored all orders to stop and attempted to run in an effort to hide and evade for approximately 30 yards. A search of the motor vehicle revealed 2 firearms, one of which was reported stolen.
So what's Mr. Quinn's involvement in this? Where is he? Tell me he's not the driver.
No, Your Honor. It appears a co-defendant was the driver. He was a passenger that fled whenever they.
So you said how many passengers were there?
It seems there were 2 co-defendants and the defendant, so 3 occupants in the vehicle.
Total. Okay. And where is he? Do you know?
Does not say where he was in the vehicle, just that he was an occupant inside. I can check the offense report.
And then do you have cause numbers for the co-defendants by chance?
I have a cause number for one of the co-defendants.
Okay, let me have it.
It is 253-7051.
Hernandez, Diana.
That's Xavier Houston. That's with he's with court 9.
It's the lowercase of the two.
What's the other cause number? Do you know?
We only have the one connected defendant.
That's only one judge that we have connected on our end.
The other one, I'm sure, got the felony UUMB though, right?
He was likely charged, but they just didn't connect it with ours.
He's in juvenile court. The driver is juvenile court.
Yes, Your Honor.
Oh, is he juvenile?
In the OR, it says the
That's-
driver was identified as a juvenile, and then
Got
the 2 passengers, including the defendant, paid on foot.
I want to keep it. I don't want to send him. I want to keep him. So I know that he's doing well. Mr. Quinn, I'm sending you for a drug test. I want to know what, if anything, is in your system now. What are you doing with yourself these days? Shh.
Right now, just looking for a job.
He's also in school.
That's what I want to know.
Okay, this incident that occurred,
I don't want to talk about the case. God put eyes in our head for forward thinking, right? So we move forward, not in the back of our head. I don't care. I want to know what's going on in the future. And my only concern is that he's not hanging out with other knuckleheads, getting into more trouble and staying in school and getting an education, because that's what life is about. Life is about having a lot of money, not ending up in back with a number on your back perpetually because you hang out with people like this. You're not allowed to hang out with these people anymore. You're not allowed to smoke weed, get in trouble, and you're not allowed to be out in the middle of the night. Do you understand? If I find that you start messing with us in any way, I'm going to put you in jail. And the problem is every time you go to jail, it's going to cost your mom to get you out. Instead of giving that money to the baby, she's getting it to you to get out. It's not going to happen. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Are you in high school now?
Yes, sir.
Okay. I'm making it a condition of your bond that you graduate and that you stay in high school full time. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
I'll try to take care of as much as I can for you. You know, I know that you probably have it tough. I'll take away all the costs so you won't have to pay for anything. Who else do you have at home?
I have other children.
Okay, do you work?
Yes, I do work.
Okay,
I work.
when you're gone, what happens to him?
He's at home with his other siblings.
Okay,
I'm home by 11. I work 3 to 11.
I was gonna give him a curfew. Is that okay?
That's fine.
What do you think is an appropriate time for a night? 9 o'clock? Is that okay? Okay.
Because he is about to start working, so I do want him to be able to go to work.
I don't want him out in the middle of the night because nothing good happens at 1, 2 in the morning, and I don't want him smoking weed. I'm gonna test you today. If you test positive, I get it, but after today it stops because I will test you again in 40 days. And if you test again positive, that tells me that you've continued to smoke. If you test positive, because I don't know, and if you continue, I'm gonna lock you up. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
I'm not asking much. I'm asking you to be a good kid, stay in school, and help your mom. Do you think she wants to be here today?
Okay.
Right. No, she's got better things to do. Not only that, you're in a allegedly stolen car. What if someone comes out and tries to shoot your ass dead? It's not your car. People die every day because they start shooting in the cars that's not there, you know? No more. Your life is hard enough as it is as a young African American. Don't make it harder than it needs to be. When you end up with criminal charges, all you're doing is making life more difficult. Do you understand? All right. I'll give you my card. If he starts acting up at home, just let me know and we'll take care of him for you. If you ever need anything, come back, let us know. We'll take care of it for you. I'll give you a lawyer today, but I want to know what's in his system today. Okay. And then he's not to have any contact with these other people and just stay in school. You want him to work. If you ever need anything, just let the lawyer know and we'll take care of it. Okay. Stephen. All right.
The next arraignment is page 23. Smith, come on up.
Good morning, Miss Smith. How old are you, ma'am?
17.
Are you here with anyone today?
Yes, sir.
Who? Go get her, please. Younger, yeah. Vic, which Smith? Which one? Top of, top, okay. Good morning, Mom.
Good morning.
Thank you so much for coming.
Yes.
So Miss Smith is charged with evading arrest or detention. She's facing up to a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine. I don't know what happened in the case. We're going to do probable cause so we know, whether there's enough evidence to go forward. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney. If you cannot afford one, one will be appointed to you, ma'am. Okay.
On November 3rd, 2024, officers received a flock hit in regard to a stolen vehicle in the area of North Eldridge while on active patrol. The officers serviced the area and located the motor vehicle. The vehicle was observed to be occupied by 3 subjects, one of whom was the defendant, who was observed to be in the front passenger seat.
Is this deja vu?
And the officer followed the motor vehicle and confirmed the occupied vehicle to be stolen. The officer activated his emergency equipment in an effort to initiate a traffic stop, but the officer observed it to take off and refused to stop. The officer observed the vehicle reach speeds of 66 miles per hour, disregard all signals to stop, and run a red light. When the vehicle eventually stopped, the defendants got out of the vehicle and evaded on foot for approximately 1,000 feet.
It's like I'm hearing double. Did you hear everything that I just said to this young man that was just here?
Yes.
Same thing applies to you. What are you doing with yourself these days, ma'am?
Going to school.
Where?
She's doing good too.
Cyclaws High School.
She's here with me now. She's got
She's getting ready to graduate. She's doing good. She makes good grades. She got some plans after school. She loves to work. She was just, I don't think she was really
Let's not
knowledgeable.
talk about the case.
Okay.
If I test you for drugs and alcohol right now, what are you going to test positive for? Exactly. I'm sending you for a test. It stops today. And if I find that you start acting up, if you don't stay in school, if you start hanging around with these people again, I've got one place for you. Do you understand this, Smith?
Yes.
The goal is to make you leave here better than you came in. And I'm going to do everything in my power. And if I see that you start acting a fool in the free world, I will take the free world away. And I don't care if you're kicking and screaming and praying to Jesus, Allah, I don't care. You start acting a fool, there's only one thing that's going to happen. I'm not asking much. The only thing I'm asking you to do is stay clean, graduate, and make something of yourself. Life is hard enough for you as it is, who you are. You now are here with us as a first. Don't make it a career. It's not a good one. Life is about money. And you, as a young Black woman, should never, ever have to rely on anyone else for money or for anything. because no one is going to give anything to you. If you want something in life, you got to go get it. And you need this and you need this. And it starts now at 17. Do you understand?
Yes.
Okay. Same thing with you. I will give you guys a lawyer today. I'm sending you for a drug and alcohol test, and I'm putting a curfew. Nothing good happens in the middle of the night, and you're not allowed to. I want you to stay in school, graduate, and you're not allowed to hang out with the people in this case, the other co-defendants. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
If you ever have any issues, just let me know,
Okay.
and we'll try to help you as much, and we'll try to take it, no money as well.
Okay.
And I'll give you my card. If you ever need anything, just let us know, and we'll help you take care of everything as we can, for sure. Do you mind giving me this drink, please? Okay, so for now, I'm sending you for a test. You were to come back. If you fail the test, if you don't come back, your bond goes bye-bye. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Okay, all right, Vic, please. Okay.
Vineyard on page 25.
Good morning, Mr. Vineyard. Sir, you're charged with tampering with a government record. You're facing up to a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine. We're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one will be appointed to you, sir.
Yes, Judge.
Okay.
On November 3rd, 2024, officers conducted a traffic stop on the defendant's vehicle after observing the defendant's temporary tag to be obscured and wet. Upon running the tag through NCIC, no return was received. Upon being advised of the defendant that the tag was registered in Colorado, the officer ran the tag through Colorado's database, which showed a registration effective as of December 15th, 2023, with an expiration date of February 13th, 2024. However, the temporary tag displayed December 13th, 2024. The defendant eventually admitted to tampering with the temporary tag in order to avoid paying taxes. The officer observed that the December on the tag appeared to be a cutout modification inconsistent with the organization tag.
Mr. Vineyard, I'm going to find that there's probable cause to go forward with the case. Do you have a valid Texas driver license, sir? Do you have valid liability insurance in your name?
Yes, sir.
Okay, you're not allowed to drive unless you have both of those where you're making that a condition of your bond. If you're caught driving and you don't have a license and or a liability insurance, you will go to jail. Or if you pick up a new case, likewise, you will go to jail. You will not get more PR bonds.
Quinn,
Do you mind filing those, please? Those conditions?
This condition of driving without the license and insurance.
Correct, please. I'm going to have you sign a reset with Victoria. We're going to get you out of here. You need a lawyer to represent you. We will give you time to get a lawyer. I'll have you sign the reset. After that, we'll have you take a seat in the jury box. Or we'll get your bond conditions. We'll have you sign it. And after that, you'll be free to go.
all right, Judge, next is page 26.
Is this the last arraignment?
There's one more.
Good morning,
Hold on.
Mr. Wilson.
How's it going?
Mr. Wilson, you're charged with terroristic threat. You're facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. We are going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one will be appointed to you, sir.
Understood.
How old are you, sir?
18 years old.
Here with anyone today?
No, sir.
Yes, Judge. On October 9th, 2024, the officer was dispatched to a terroristic threat call at Vape City in Harris County, Texas. The officer made contact with a witness. The witness stated the defendant, an employee, arrived and began yelling, "Where the fuck is she at? Where is she at?" The witness stated he was confused as to who the defendant was referring to and stated the defendant mentioned the name of Millie, the manager of the store. The witness stated he told the defendant the manager was not at the location, to which the defendant began yelling, "When she fucking comes back, you call me, you let me know because I got something for her ass. She fired the wrong fucking one, and I hope it was worth the fucking job. Her ass is the one on the line." The witness stated he became afraid as the defendant got louder with each statement. The witness stated the defendant tapped a solid unknown item in the front of his waistband, which the witness stated was possibly a gun. The witness stated he informed the complainant of the incident, and this complainant advised the defendant was recently fired. The complainant stated she reported the incident to management and was ordered not to go to the store. The complainant stated she was in fear for her life and felt unsafe going to work.
Mr. Wilson, I'm going to find that there's probable cause to go forward with the case. If I test you now, what are you going to test positive for?
For alcohol. I do
I'm
that
going
for
to send you for a drug and alcohol test. You're to come right back. If you fail to come back, if you fail to take the test, I will issue a warrant. You will not get any more PR bonds. Do you understand?
Understood.
Okay, I'll have you take the test while you come back, and then we'll talk about your lawyer situation when you get back, sir.
Okay, Judge, next is page 16. Lynch, come on up.
Emma Lynch. Ms. Lynch, you're charged with driving while intoxicated. You're facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. We are going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one will be appointed to you, man.
Yes, Judge. On November 3rd, 2024, an officer was dispatched to a possible intoxicated driver. The witness, a Harris County Toll Authority wrecker, advised that he observed the defendant's vehicle stopped in the entrance ramp of West Little York Road to the West Sam Houston Parkway North, and observed the defendant's motor vehicle stop erratically on the roadway and jump over the curb on the service road. The officer conducted a traffic stop on the defendant's vehicle after observing it to have been traveling at a low rate of speed and failed to stop at a designated stopping point. The defendant initially accelerated as the officer approached. Upon contact with the defendant, the officer observed her to have a strong odor of an alcoholic beverage, slurred speech, red glassy eyes, and major disorientation. The officer also observed the defendant to have been swaying and have difficulty keeping her eyes open. The defendant's passenger advised the defendant was drinking. HGN was performed, 6 out of 6. The defendant denied to perform walk and turn and one leg stand. The DIC was read, but the defendant refused, and a blood warrant was signed and executed.
Okay. Any prior to DBIs?
There was a dismissal out of Bryan County in 2023.
Anything else?
No, Your Honor.
Yes, that was the only other DWI judge, but she also had a failure to ID, giving false or fictitious information, also out of Bryan County, and she received 12 months probation from that. And those were both out of the same
Transaction.
Yes.
Got it. Okay. Ms. Lynch, I'm going to find that there's probable cause to go forward with your case. I'm ordering you now. Let me ask you, do you have a Texas driver license? Do you have liability insurance in your name? Can you run her license, Alex, please? I'm now placing a restriction on your license. You're not allowed to drive any vehicle that doesn't have an ignition interlock on it. If you're caught driving a vehicle that doesn't have an interlock, then you will go to jail. You will not get any more PR bonds. I am filing paperwork now with the Texas Department of Public Safety so that every officer knows you are supposed to drive a vehicle that has an interlock. If you're caught driving one that doesn't, they will take you to jail.
She's eligible.
Got it. I am also ordering you not to consume alcohol, illegal drugs, unprescribed controlled medication. You will be randomly tested. If you test positive for drugs or alcohol, likewise, you will go to jail. If you continually test positive, that tells me that you have a problem, and I can have a contempt hearing, hold you in contempt, slap you with 180 days, probate it for 2 years, and put you in a rehab facility. Don't. If you have a problem with drugs or alcohol, address it, because if it becomes a problem, I'm going to take care of it. And I promise you're not going to like the way that I do it. Do you understand? Okay. I will have you sign. How old are you, man? What do you do for a living?
I work at a perfume kiosk, but I'm in nursing school as well. So
You're in
nursing school.
nursing school. Okay. Would you like to apply for an appointed lawyer, man? Okay. Do you mind giving an application? We'll have you fill out an application. I need to know whether you qualify. I'll have you sign Aretha Victoria. You'll meet with Felicia for your bond conditions, and then we'll have you take your signature box, man. Please. Okay, Mr. Newley, you ready?
Good morning.
Hey, good morning.
Punishment.
You are, is it Enyahi Chukukiri?
Yes, sir. Yes,
Sir,
Good morning, sir.
we brought you out. Your lawyer is asking me to set you a bond. I don't know, though. I don't know much about you. I mean, I don't know anything about you. All I know is that you're wanted here from another state. You were arrested here in Houston. So we have to figure out everything about you in the short little time that we have. So bear with us while we get to know you real quick, and then we'll see whether that we should give you a bond or not. Okay, tell us about it.
Judges one out of Florida for battery by strangulation.
Shh.
The jurisdiction there, and he doesn't show any other history except for some traffic infractions. They requested that we hold him no bond in our jurisdiction, but he is eligible for bond at their jurisdiction only upon return for 25,000 or 20.
Your position.
State's not opposed to a bond, but I am opposed to a low bond. It looks like he has had this warrant since July, but it's not an FTA bond. But the fact that it's been out so long and that he might have some indication that this warrant was coming is strangulation of a partner, and it's a domestic. And so the state's requesting $10,000 to commit sufficient bail for him to return.
Judge, defendant resides here in Harris County. He's domiciled here in Harris County. He's an engineer by profession. I know him very well, and he's a US citizen. He's not going to pay a flight risk. He relocated and he works here. He lives in Katy. He has a house and everything. So this came as a surprise to him. As a matter of fact, he's not even seeing you because I have his glasses in my pocket. He's not
Can he have his
comprehending what is
glasses or
happening.
no?
He can see.
Can he have his glasses or no?
Because when they took him, he fell off. So nobody knew. He can see. He's just gaping. But I know him very well. So
Your Honor, they can get their glasses. They have to see the optometrist. They have to see the eye doctor there at the jail. They can do that if they already have a pair.
So we can't give him,
No,
Mr.
So
Newell
he
has
you
to
cannot
know.
give
he can't read, so that's where we are now, I told him that. So he had an issue with his ex and he are working.
You know, I got to tell you, Mr. Newell, that lately, Mr. Kim here hasn't agreed to many bonds at all, quite frankly. He's okay with a $10,000 bond now. What's your position on that?
Well, 10,000 is not so much, but if we can make it 5,000, that would be more reasonable to me.
Well, 5,000 is normally what we do on a felony case here. And the other thing is that this is a fugitive case. So it makes it a lot
You
more.
judge, your discretion is fine with me.
Here's the thing. You have to understand that you are an inherent flight risk because it is a fugitive case. So the usual and customary 10 to 20% will not apply to you. When you have a fugitive case and we set a bond, typically bonding companies will want a significant portion of that bond, if not all. So if we set you a bond now, you'll probably have to put a good amount of that, if not all of it, toward the bond for you to be released. Has he waived already? So the thing is this, is that you've waived. What we do is we give Florida 2 weeks to come get you. If they don't come get you within that time, Harris County releases you. If you want me to set the bond, you have to withdraw your waiver and you lose that time that you've accrued now, which is now what, 2 to 3 days
That's what,
for them to come get you.
that's what we want. We're going to withdraw it.
Sorry.
He's going to withdraw
I
his
mean,
waiver.
what I'm saying is I'm going to set your bond at $7,500.
That's
Okay.
fine.
If you want to make it, you'll probably have to put all that money up.
I will pay it today. I will pay for him.
Oh, okay. It's up to you guys, but understand that you will withdraw your waiver. You'll lose that time versus using that money to hire a lawyer in Florida. I don't know what kind of money you have, but just that's one of the considerations you need to make. If you want, we'll set the bond for you. It'll be $7,500. The idea is that once you post that bond, we give you 2 weeks to go turn yourself into the demanding jurisdiction, into Florida, specifically where?
Orange County, I believe.
That's what-
We give you 2 weeks to go turn yourself into Orange County. You know that actions have consequences. And if you fail to go turn yourself in, or if you fail to go post bond in that jurisdiction, I'm going to revoke this bond. I will set it to 0. I will not give you another one. This is the only opportunity you will have here to go do what you need to do. You won't get another one. Do you understand? Okay. I don't need you to make the decision right now in front of us. You guys talk if you still want to do it. I'll set the bond.
I understand, I'm doing it.
You still want to do it?
Yes.
Okay, so set the bond at 7,500.
Thank you, Judge.
Okay, Mr. North.
Thank you, Judge.
It looks like the last, this is only his
Like,
fifth setting, and the last one was before I was on the court.
I have here to consider Mr. Montes, I'm giving you 2 weeks to get the mitigation packet ready. Your case is 180 days old, and we set cases for trial at 180 days where they set the plea. I'm not doing this, and I'm not giving you any more time. You have 2 weeks to get the mitigation packet in, and if you fail to get it in, there's no more offers. You will either accept something or we're going to set up a trial. But it's now, by then, it'll be nearly 200 days, and that's it. If you understand, you have 2 weeks to get this packet together. It's your responsibility to get in touch with everybody to figure out what you need to do to get it done. Do you understand? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Okay, all right. Let's see you in 2 weeks.
Judge, we'll try to give the offers out earlier, Judge.
Good morning, Mr. Cardona. So you're in front of us now. You've picked up an unlawful restraint. You're facing up to a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine. Your lawyer is asking me to give you a PR bond. However, there's just so many factors at play. I don't know. I guess let's figure out what happened first.
Yes, Judge. The officer met with the complainant utilizing a Spanish translation computer program in the waiting area of the West Side Family Violence Office. The complainant stated that she has been in a relationship with the defendant for approximately 10 years, and they have 3 children together. The complainant stated they were formally never married, but they lived together. The complainant stated that while she was inside the laundry room of their house, the defendant locked her inside and told her that he would find out who she has been seeing and not to give him a reason to kill her. When the complainant tried to leave the laundry room, the defendant pushed her back from the door, and the defendant kept the complainant in this room for approximately 30 minutes. When the defendant finally moved out of her way, he took her cell phone, turned off the lights in the house, and disconnected the Alexa speaker so that she could not call 911.
So there's enough to go forward with the case. He has a prior felony assault, same complaining witness. So the person in this case would be a Miss Garcia.
So they're listed as different names,
I see it.
but it says that for the felony, that they're married.
So you don't know. The problem is compounding this, it looks like you have an immigration detainer. So my fear is that if we give you, I mean, you have a bond that's set now. It's $2,500. And he's taken off on us once.
No. He never took
Here
off.
they shipped him off to immigration.
Right. He was up in Conroe.
Okay.
That's why it's not that he wanted to come to court. He just was detained by immigration.
I don't know how we got you back.
I've spoken with his immigration attorney, and I know that there were some things working on with the immigration court where, you know, in order for C to happen, A and B needed to happen, but then, you know, with it being immigration, B can't happen without A, and then, you know, then here, A can't happen without B, you know, so it's just, you know, that each way.
We didn't bench warrant him back. We got him back somehow, but my
Yeah.
fear is that you still have an immigration detainer. If I give you a bond, it's very possible they take you back to immigration, and we don't want that to happen. We want you to be able to take care of this case first. So you guys, do you have an offer on this case? Do we know where we're going?
I mean, I think that we're very, very close to it. And
Short reset to see if you can work something?
I mean, could we just put the PR bond in place and then have him come back in a
No.
month? And then if
I'm
not,
gonna do that because I don't want to lose him. I'm not gonna do that.
all right. I mean, worst case scenario, he's just going back to ICE.
I know, and then we lose him for another 3 to 4 months to 6 months. Or what if, even worse, they deport him. And then,
Right. Well,
God, then that's a humongous, you won't get back.
I do know that he does have a detention hearing, or like they are working on the ICE bond, the immigration bond, and that he does. I know that there is. I talked to his attorney, his immigration attorney, and there is a hearing in the future. They just don't have the date, but he was granted a hearing. It could be
Find out more
with federal. Let me give her a call and see if they have a date yet.
time. There's,
So just sit tight. I'm going to call Sarah.
okay,
Okay.
thanks. Hi, yeah, good morning.
Truly in the holdover, Judge, this is an old assault family member case, and I think he was in bond forfeiture status for a while, so I wanted to get bond conditions and possibly adjust
The
the
last name?
Toney, Toney.
Sit on. Okay,
Judge, he has a bond set at 2502. It looks like he bond forfeited in the past. Would you be open to?
I'm not giving him a PR. Oh,
Not a PR bond, he has history, but would you consider reducing it to 500? The last time the state talked to the RIP was when the case was initially filed August of 2022. He doesn't have the means to make the bond, he lives with his sister, but he does have
talk
a
to him
job.
first. Let me talk to him. Have him, what?
I can help you, Your Honor. The first, Henry Bossi.
Okay,
Mr. Bossi was asked to get a job by the court. He's doing everything possible. He showed me pictures. He's applied to like 60 places. Nobody's getting back to him.
come up, Mr. Bassi. Is he here? What have you done to get a job, Mr. Bassi?
Put in notifications.
Show me.
Going left. Okay. May I approach the bench, Your Honor?
Sure.
Everything here to here.
Good job. So what happened? How come have you ever called them back to say, hey, man, what have you done with my application? Sometimes you got to call 2, 3 times, just bother the crap out of them until they give you the job. I can't tell you how many times I've done that. Have you gone to Starbucks or Amazon? Go to Starbucks, try Amazon. They hire like crazy. They're always hiring, and they pay you like 17 to 20 bucks an hour. Try that. Good job. I'm glad that you're trying it. I mean, keep it up. I mean, really, just at some point you'll get it, but start with lofty goals. Don't start down here. You know, Domino's, which is nothing against Domino's, but right. Some places pay like great, and you can really work your way up. Amazon, go to Starbucks. I'm telling you, these places, they kill it with how they treat their employees. All right, good job. We'll give you time. All right,
One more quick thing, Your Honor.
tell me. You got it. Good job, Mr. Bassett. Keep it up.
This Barriga that I approached on before,
Uh-huh.
she's told she has to come in for drug testing Mondays and Thursdays.
Yes.
She's about to lose her job, as you can understand. She needs to tell her employer how long this is going to last for. Do you know?
No, I want to make sure that she's not using.
Yes, Your Honor. Have you seen?
Got it. You okay? You okay? Good morning, Mr. Tony.
I got a speech impediment, sir, but,
Shh. It's okay.
yeah, but,
Judge,
Why don't you show up?
I can answer for him, Judge, since he has speech impediment. He was confused. He said he went to court 5 and they told him to go to court 11. And after that, he just lost track. He's been struggling with a place to live. He's living with his sister now, and he's been working for the last 15 months at the Men's Warehouse. The complainant is a previous girlfriend. They do have a 15-year-old together, and he went over there to get money. Allegedly, they had some argument, but we're trying to resolve the case. But we're just asking at this time if you would consider reducing the bond so he can get out. So we don't know how long the case is gonna, hopefully it won't be too long, but we don't want him to lose his job, Judge.
The problem is, Mr. Tony, is that this is not the first time we've had this where you take off and you don't come back. The prior 2 cases were the same thing. We give you a bond and you leave and you don't come back.
but,
Do you have the transportation to get to court?
It's okay. Just go slow.
but, sir, but,
It's,
No, but Kavita, I want to hear it from him.
yeah, but like last time, sir, I came here, I swear to God, I came here and they told me better go to 11. And like
It's on your
11 told
it's on
me-
your paperwork.
I showed them better paperwork, but my,
Look,
it wasn't in the system.
where you, if I let you out now, where are you gonna go?
Here.
No, I mean, Vivian, I don't want to let you out on the street.
My sister, sir.
She's willing to take you?
Yes, sir.
Have you spoken to sister?
I have not spoken to her, but I have her number, Judge. I can call her now if you'd like.
If she's willing to take you, I will give you a PR bond, but I'm gonna tell you, it's the last. I'm not gonna do this again. 3 strikes, you're out. I don't want to let you out on the street.
Right, sir.
And I want you to leave here better than you came in. And you continually taking off and not coming back shows me you don't care. If you got a place,
Last time, no, sir.
okay, I'll take your word for it, but I want to know that you're not going down on the street. If you got a place to stay, you stay in touch with Kavita as well. She's great. She will help you out.
All right, thank you, sir.
Okay, but I want to know that you got a place to stay. And if he does, if she says yes, come back.
All right, sir.
We're happy people.
All right, thank
Sometime.
you very much, sir.
Judge, I'll be right back.
Okay, Josh. What is the one thing I ordered you not to do? And why are you here? So one of 2 things is evident. Either you don't care about bond conditions, you don't care what judges say, or you have a problem. But, we ordered you not to use. It's a serious case. It's a DWI second offense and you're using.
Your Honor, I don't blame myself, but I know after we left court.
How is it possibly your fault?
Well, Your Honor, it's because typically what I do with my clients, I emphasize to them the bond conditions and I reiterate how important they are to follow them.
I emphasized on her ad nauseum when she was here last time.
I sincerely,
Stephen, sorry?
I apologize. I know.
If you kill someone on the side of the road, do you think that apology does anything? If I had 1 strand of hair for every single person that told me sorry in here, holy moly, I would look like Gene Simmons. But no, bond conditions are in there for a reason, right? And when you fail to live up to them, there's one thing that happens. She goes with you. Come talk with me back. Alex.
He has different stage names.
Yeah.
Hi. Hello, brother.
Morning, Mr. White.
Hello, Your Honor.
How's jail? Shh. How's jail? Good. The worse a jail visit is, the higher likelihood you have of actually considering when a judge tells you to do something that you will actually do it, right? You, my friend, have been on the lam for 24 years.
Sure.
20. I don't think we've ever had someone with that kind of just.
No, this is a record.
I don't want the record. I don't want it, but this was also unusual because they had a misidentification of an FBI number, so it's 2 for 2.
But he's got to know at some point, you can't just continue to run that. you know, the long arm of the law is at some point,
At some point,
it'll
yes.
hit you, right?
Absolutely. But as I said, Your Honor, he's here, he's got his family here, his son is here, he has 4 kids, and he's working. And I've told him that he must go to Wisconsin, and they're going to hire an attorney up there. I bet you a dime to a dollar.
Why haven't they hired a lawyer already?
I have an attorney.
My question, and
I
to
do
try
have
to
an
figure
attorney.
out.
Well, I mean, Your Honor, I don't know, you remember practicing law.
Thing that you have.
It's just for the baby, sir. I don't care about
And
myself.
thankfully that you have a loving sister and you have a loving son that are willing to help you out. So that baby's not getting thrown under the bus. But I'm not going to allow you to sit here and use your baby as a means of trying to get a bond when you've been on the land for 24 years. I'm just not going to do it.
I'm
Yeah,
not,
may I please the court?
Sure.
We look, based on what I see, how the tea leaves look like they're rolling, maybe we come back here in 15 days, because I don't think he's gonna sign. He may He may sign the waiver.
Oh, he's going to refuse?
Well,
I mean, if so, let us know now so we can get the governor's warrant, because the thing is then there's going to be another 90 days.
no, I understand that.
You
I'd
know?
like to have a short period of time to talk to him about whether he
Sure.
wants to waive.
Of course, he hasn't waived yet.
No, he's refused.
Okay,
Oh, can
you
we
got to
carry-
understand that.
Can we carry him till tomorrow?
Just my social security, my disability check.
Okay. I'll give you an application for an appointed lawyer. We need to, when you get a lawyer, we'll talk about how we go forward, because I don't know about, letting him go back to Ben Taub or not? Have you done a RIP by chance, Morgan, or anyone?
No, Your Honor.
No, Judge, not yet.
So I'm ordering you not to have any contact with the complaining witness in this case and not to be in possession of weapons. As far as you going back to Ben Taub Hospital, we're going to need to talk about that. So I'll appoint your lawyer today. We'll have you talk to the lawyer and we'll figure something out. Do not leave until you come back and we speak together. You understand? Okay, please.